All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting. Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hair. Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world. Humid, your coat shields you from the rain while the city shivers around you. Sheets of rain over the water, a flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinaise. With its motor, the ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky. The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint gold. Will you ever go there? No, you are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinaise. Your hair is an oily mess flecked. These spring thaw will not last. The winter will return to Revachol.
Так не спишь.
You missed a good show before. A kid came by and
he fucked the tree up. Fucked it good. It was porno.
By the way, kipped is a racial slur.
Watch out, Kuno. He's trying to crawl up your ass.
Kuno knows which kipped Kuno meant. Kuno knows all the kipped. Kuno's dad's a kipped expert. Says kipped every day. 100 times a day. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about...
Trying to crawl out of Kuno's ass.
Yeah? The fuck did you want anyway? You got your fuck bag down. Kuno's Kuno, pig.
Kuno. Primal. Violent.
The fuck are you calling a third person?
He looks slightly confused, but proud he came up with that retort. But right as he...
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Help! He's digging his dick out!
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Pig's in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
Блядь, он сейчас нас пиздит. Блядь.
You didn't shut him down. Your fat fist didn't meet its target. Instead, it pulled you down with it.
Pig's trying not to cry. Kuno can't believe this shit. Can no one stop the Kuno?
Блядь. Захуярил великана, но не захуярил ребенка. Нормально, чё. Тем более такие шансы были, блядь.
Pig, Kuno thought you had this.
Хорошо,
What
что
happened?
не видел этот.
Kuno can't do anything now.
The whole charade was about to establish its dominance over you.
Fucked your shoulder, fucked your knee, fucked your
Бля.
fat body up!
The creature behind the fence.
Kuno made you his fucking...
Бля, пизда.
Kuno's just gonna beat the shit out of you again?
Kuno S is staring at Kuno with pride-filled eyes.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to
She means it. The fear is real.
I'm going away for a long, long time,
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Murder was the case they gave me.
Это она? Это девочка? Там свет горит. Так, а сюда как-то войти можно? Интересно, а как?
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material.
Your race descent has temporarily halted.
An old monument stands in the middle of the This door has been closed. No reply. No reply.
What now? Of course.
Oh, hey, mister. I'm sure, mister. Absolutely.
Empty wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really, really hard. Look at it. Of course it was you. You partied here.
Yeah, we did, Bratan. And from the looks of it, we had a hell of a time. Hell of a time, Bratan. You You said it, Bratan! And this can happen again if we want to. And we want to! Only in a different place.
This is a... lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, the windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin. The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of the back end of the cabin as a small perch to sleep.
Look, see? It's the...
You belittled yourself before the Kuno. Now you must seek his forgiveness.
Fucking what pig? Cool what? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I think you broke his brain when you fucked him up, Kuno.
You better come up with a way to make Kuno forget you tried to...
A material offering is implied. He wants stuff. Only stuff can make it okay again.
You can pay tribute to Kuno with drugs or cigarettes. Gets Kuno to...
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love... What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. He wasn't pan-fried. He was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with... Fine. Okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that. Yes?
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful. The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep doesn't come. Maybe it's the bed's fault. Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to... Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you, until your eyelids twitch in your sleep, and
Do you remember the scent of your childhood? Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? Do you remember the warmth of her thighs between her legs? Oh no, funky baby, you stayed. It was the rest of it that left. Or you just stood there with one hand up. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours? No, it's gone. 3 times you failed Elysium. Everything. The Pale and the Useless. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like your mind is what now? I can't hear you. The rest is just a word dream. Jumbled up garbage.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too, so soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Good going, buddy. Yes, wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night. You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself. Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired. Suit yourself, slow, sad shellman.
Опа, что-то открылось.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year. Do that. I'll be waiting for you downstairs tomorrow.
W sensie zawtra utrem. Może zawsze, czy nie utrem.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real? You must be kidding, right? Yeah, good one, officer. But this establishment only takes cash. Now,
Frit, near the gates. They'll exchange it.
then why are you wasting my time? And
Morning. I've got some good news. I took care of the body. The thought of him decomposing in my MC wouldn't let me sleep. I'm just glad he's gone. We have other matters to attend to.
The lieutenant is downplaying his contribution. He got up before sunrise to get this done, and now he's quite pleased with himself for taking care of the gruesome business so efficiently.
The Union muscle finally turned up, and they look rowdy. We need to talk to them. I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the men who drink beer for breakfast. There's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them. Everything points to the Dockworkers Union. The belt used for hanging him, the circumstances in Martinez, which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy. One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Good. A power move. But aren't you curious to know?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice.
Over here. Let me handle this.
You seem a little different today. Less hospitable.
You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
Not a muscle moves in her face, but her eyes trace yours, stern and perceptive.
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping it.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Aggressive. You make your living enforcing violence. These people.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. Look, a comedian. Do your job.
Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary.
This is where you say your bit.
Detective.
Precinct 57's finest scans the room, leaving the speaking to you. He trusts you. Maybe against his better judgment, but he does.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that one.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real ripe and pretty for you.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean...
You might want to start asking your questions.
These guys are so macho, they're ready to confess to first-degree murder. Ask if it was them.
The pretty boy. You guys real.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Container belt, like we use in the harbor? Because we took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it.
As he speaks, his fists contract, going through the pulling motion again, savoring it.
We did this together, all of us, until he was dead. The goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town. And he stepped out alive.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too.
A live grenade. Right here in our...
This one has a special gripe with him coming in.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of it. Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
From rape to harassment to threats of... He regrets mentioning it. Hopes
to kill us all if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl. Young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her leg. Show me your cunt. Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
What about him? Yeah, lawman. Why don't you?
It's almost an anthropological sight, watching him.
Not in the arresting mood?
A fearful readiness, like an electrical charge. By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. Easy. Walk back from the provocation. They're armed, and they outnumber us. The lieutenant tries to establish...
Look, coppers, I know you think you're doing your job here, but there are 7 of us, and 2 of you.
The bore's the size of your eye. I can almost see the stars. The last thing you hear is a little murmur. Not a blast, not an echo. No one screams. It's more dead cops. Sad news from the district of Martinez, as the bodies of 2 police officers are found floating in the canal. It is believed the officers were pursuing a murder investigation, but...
Let me handle this.
You seem a little...
You are far from home, Lieutenant.
Not.
You are that's...
It doesn't...
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Aggressive? Listen.
Fuck you.
So ask what you came to ask. Or get back to your commanders. Look,
Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist rebel.
This is where you say you're fed.
Detective.
Precinct 57's finest scans the room, leaving...
Oh,
You should.
Oh, he was...
I can't.
you might.
These guys are so macho, they're ready to confess.
The Brit.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Container belt. Because
As he...
we did this. To God.
No.
all 7 together. They're diluting.
Why? He stepped out.
What kind of...
The kind that
Alive.
This one has...
I can't prove it. But I wrong
From... He regrets...
to kill us all.
Yeah.
He grabbed...
Yeah. Show me your cunt. Why don't you show me your cunt?
What about him? Yeah,
It's almost
Not.
a fair by your... Easy. Walk back from the provocation.
look, coppers. I know you think you're doing your job here.
The bore's the size of your eye. I can almost see the...
The little guy? You're the little guy now.
So, little guy, you had some questions?
Beneath everything, he's grateful.
Yeah, little questions.
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. Do you think you could do that? Do you think...
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
That's for the courts in Les Jardins to decide. Not for the officer. What you can do right now is go back...
No. We'll stay here and discuss what happened that night.
We hanged him up by his neck.
Didn't they teach you anything at the...
You're pretty certainly enough to not put up with this backsass. Deliver a knockdown observation.
Titus,
We overpowered him. Dragged his unconscious body to the
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Actually, they're admirably, surprisingly composed. The entire room. Well, this one. But he's...
Like what, copper?
nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave...
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder, even if it is a group responsibility.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us.
Rent-a-cop. So that's what this is about. He doesn't see you as his equals.
Yes? Yes?
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to slight Precinct 57. Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late and argues with his necktie.
I've considered it. It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional. But I also think it's... I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win. I am the finest of nothing. Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet. But so no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
He's right. There are no airtight theories, just paranoia. You've given it some thought. Now let it. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
10-4, come in.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you...
10-4, sir, I'm not hearing your question. Understood, sir. Over. Roger that, 10-10.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone. The crumpled Samaran butter billboard, the lieutenant.
Надо к этому идти. Холостяку.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair. Am I going to ask? Hell, Harry. You spin-kicked my strongest man. Would you ask a man like that how he got into your container yard? Don't worry, Harry. Between you and me, I'm not a huge fan of his race thing, but the Union did not get where we are today by frowning on anyway. I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it. Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call...
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
I assure you, there's nothing to be ashamed of, Harry. You're among friends, and the good news is, I have a big fat folder on you, Harry. I'm sure you have a lot of questions.
Don't trust him. For all you know, Dubois might be his name.
I'm sure you had some concerns you thought I might be able to address. And you were probably right. I can.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Asking too many questions will make you look weak. You should maybe focus on the folder. Everard's large hands are covering the folder, but the look on his face says, I know everything about you, Harry.
Oh, Harry. Oh, wow. This is really something.
I'm sure it's not that bad. At worst, he has an old RCM folder, and I very much doubt even that.
So how about it, Harry? You need assistance, I presume? It's Harry. Harry Dubois.
You feel like a Dubois, but you don't feel like a... You don't feel like any of these things. You know what your name is. You have a sophisticated name, like that of a count, or a beautiful man.
Sure, okay. You're Harold. Harmon. Haroldamus? But that's not what the record says. The record says Harry Dubois, a real man's name. Mr. Kitsuragi doesn't seem even slightly empathetic to your memory loss, Harry. I, however, wish to help you any way I can. But of course, Harry, your precinct is the 41st and you live in Jamrock. You're a Jamrock boy.
He doesn't really seem to know any more about it.
Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man, do you strike yourself as a... Well, yes. I'm sure you're going to make one little boy or a girl very happy and proud one day, Harry. Well, Harry, if I were to sum you up in one word, it would be apologetic. Yes, you seem to be, a lot of the time, but right now there's no reason to be. This? My friends in your organization gave it to me.
This translates into...
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry. Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on... Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, we're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends and I help...
Whoa, that's so nice of him. Suspiciously nice.
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good...
He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Of course, I have no interest. Tell her about...
It is wrong. This is weird. Not...
See you soon.